7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Welcome to another edition of the Vegas Squares podcast. We are here today. We are in audio format. The Zoom virtual studio was having some technical difficulties, so we decided to capture the audio. It's just myself, Aaron, the host, and Token this week. We've been on a bit of a brief hiatus, but we're back now. What's up, Token?
Not much. Glad to be back. Things are partially looking up. I mean,
we both have new jobs now, so we're not unemployed anymore.
Yeah, I mean, can't complain about having a job, and just got to take a few tests and we'll be good to go for sure. So,
yeah, I mean, I got to say, I enjoyed the basically 7-month vacation. And I said, I'm ready for work. I'm ready to go back. And I told, my wife, I said, hey, I know I say I'm ready to go back, but the minute I start working again, I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, I want to go back on vacation. Yeah, and it happened about 3 shifts into my new job.
Yeah, today was technically my first real day on the job of being paid, and I have 2 days off tomorrow and Thursday. So
there you go. Work 1, off 2. Work 1, off 2. That's the life. So anyways, all right, well, it is the CJ Cup. We're not going to recap what we did last week because we didn't have a podcast last week, actually the last 2 weeks. But we did have the Shriners last week. Unfortunately, no fans. That is a tournament that I know both of us have attended and enjoyed in the past.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And the CJ Cup is at Shadow Creek, which is a tournament I have seen the course. I've never played the course because I think you've got to either be a super high roller or God to play that course.
What I read is if you stay at a MGM resort, during your stay you have an opportunity to play. You're not guaranteed it, but it would be $600 for your round.
I think I heard you have to be, your tier status has to be like
probably, yeah.
Like something like our good friend Sonny. I think he might be able to get us there.
Like Nor, maybe the notch below or something like that.
Yeah, I think Nor and Platinum or whatever it is. Anyways, but yeah, it's not something that we'll be probably playing on anytime soon, nor should we, because I hear it's a difficult course. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of guys who have played this course. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Golfaholics, but they have played this course with Johnny Manziel of all people.
Might as well have Brady Quinn on next year.
It was just Johnny Manziel is really good at golf. I don't know if you've seen that video with Golfaholic, but if you have a chance to check it out on YouTube, Golfaholics. They played Shadow Creek with one of the directors of MGM and Johnny Manziel of all people. And Johnny Manziel, he's got some chops. He's got some skill, and on the links. I'll have to give him credit for that. It didn't work out in the football.
Even if you look at the celebrity charity tournament and all that they had on Yahoo, I mean, Marty Fish, tennis player, damn good golfer. Even Tony Romo and. No,
I don't doubt. I mean, obviously, people who are athletes can definitely play multiple sports. It's just Johnny Manziel of all people did not strike me as the guy who would be
golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, again, this is the CJ Cup from Shadow Creek here in Las Vegas, our backyard. If you're not familiar or if you've heard of the name before, it is where Tiger and Phil played the first match, Phil being successful in beating Tiger in that one. That was an awesome little event where they had like a 3-hole playoff on the same hole as the sun was going down. But so it should be pretty good. Again, this tournament has migrated from South Korea, where it had spent the first 3 years. They've moved it now again to Shadow Creek as part of the Las Vegas Swing. Again, last week was the Shriners Open, so now we're in Vegas 2 weeks. I've been on the Strip a few times. I haven't seen any of the golfers, but I'm sure they're probably at the higher budget hotels rather than my journeys taking me to the lower budget hotels. But let's thank a couple of sponsors here before we get into it. Token's going to be giving you his picks. He's got futures bets, he's got matchup bets, and he's got a DFS lineup for you. We'll probably get you in and out of here in 20 minutes or so. But we want to thank some sponsors here real quick. First and foremost, 12-Ounce Sports Network, where we are broadcasted traditionally in video format, this week in audio. Make sure you check out all the sports shows and other shows at 12ozsportsnetwork.com. And while you're there, visit the store where you can find everything from polos to beach towels to mugs and much more. Once again, 12ozsportsnetwork.com. Our title sponsor, Vice Golf. If you guys haven't checked those out, their products are very comparable to some of the top golf products that they have available right now. The balls are great. They sent us some test ones, and I know we played a couple rounds with them. It's simple.
Very nice.
Basically, vicegolf.com. They make premium golf balls. They're sold over the internet. They don't have them in a lot of the shops, and it's as good as anything out there, and you can get it for a lot less than your Pro V1s, etc. We have a special promotional link, which if you want to go on our sponsorship page over at lvsquares.com, you can click on the special promotional link, and you get access to discounts, and it helps out the show. And also, go ahead.
I was going to say, and if you're a hacker like us, they seem a little more durable on the rocks.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say that I grabbed a box of those Vice drives. I grabbed the variety pack, but you get to buy like 3 or 4 different boxes, and I grabbed the Vice drive. And I would say I'm traditionally about a 235 hitter with roll. I think I was getting about 250 with those Vice drives. So, I mean, if you can take 15 extra yards and it still goes straight, I can't complain about it. And the ball's under, $1.50. So again, per ball, that's huge, because Pro V1s are like $5 a ball, and if you're not that good,
pretty much,
to stick around, you don't need to be sending $5 balls.
They
kind of
remind me of the black, what was it, black ice and platinum ice or whatever that Nike had back in the day.
Something like that,
yeah.
Nike gave it a nice attempt. So.
Oh, the Nike one black and the one platinum or whatever that they had.
I remember the only Nike I ever played was the Mojo. That's the one I used to play all the time.
Yeah, I used that one a few times.
Yeah. And also fanatics.com, where, again, you can catch our special promotional link. It's on our YouTube videos. It's on our sponsorship page at lvsquares.com. Please support them. Please go to Fanatics. You can buy your new Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup Champions apparel there. Or you can email us at vegassquarespodcast@gmail.com, and we will send you the promotional link. Again, please support them so they can continue to support us. And, of course, you are watching us every week on Zingo TV. If you don't have Zingo TV, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can get a free account at Zingo TV. When you sign up for a new account, you can use your app or you can use your smart TV. Sign up for a new account, use the promo code 12OZ, and it is 100% free. You can catch all of our shows and our shows on channel 761. Again, download Zingo TV from the App Store and or on your smart TV device. So we have some other sponsors. They'll be scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. Wicked Cuts Jerky, our newest sponsor, intheholegolf.com, which you can find the latest and most innovative golf clubs, training ads, practice equipment, GPS systems, and accessories in the golf industry. InTheWholeGolf.com, they strive to be the golf enthusiast's #1 resource for anything you need in the golf world. Also, we have DC4L Custom Tees, our buddies over at Pro-Am Customizations. Check out their Instagram. They have been doing some great work. I saw a new Scotty Cameron with a Filipino flag. I thought that was pretty cool.
I saw, what was it, the Wesley Bryan Scotty Cameron that they did, and that looked pretty tight.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of those. The Brad Faxons, too, as well.
Oh, that's what it was, Brad Faxon.
And then, of course, our OG sponsor, ChaiPoker.com, has moved their operations to the East Coast, but if you are on the East Coast, they're going to be getting operations up there soon. Charity poker at its finest. Chai Poker, a.k.a. the Poker Life. So, all right, so let's talk about this CJ Cup again from Shadow Creek Golf Course in North Las Vegas, now being part of the October Las Vegas Swing, coupled with the Shriners event. Shriners was pretty fun. I watched a little bit of that on over the weekend. This tournament's going to be interesting now because we're losing Dustin Johnson. I don't know if breaking news or to anybody, Dustin Johnson has tested positive for COVID, so he will be out this week. I'm sure everything will be fine. He's just won $15 million. He's going to be okay. He's got a nice young-looking nurse to take care of him at home. I think her name's Paulina. So life's okay. Dustin will survive it. He'll get back on tour like nothing ever happened. But initial thoughts here with Dustin Johnson. I mean, we had some COVID scares in the beginning when golf restarted. A couple of players tested positive, but it never really became a huge issue like it had become the MLB and now in NFL that they're having to postpone games. Golf, I've said it before, even when we got shut down here in Nevada, golf is the ultimate social distancing sport.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to run less into multiple spreads all within the same field and all that. I mean, very unlikely that you would have multiple test positives unless if they've been hanging around each other constantly on top of it. But very unlikely it would spread if compared to like a contact sport like NBA, even as minimal contact in MLB where the players are pretty much touching the same ball, and NFL where full force contact every play.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah.
I still maintain, although we all love the NFL, I don't know how they would have done it, and I'm not trying to offer criticism without solution. My solution would have been to find a spot in the middle of nowhere and build, 10 football fields. But I feel like there should have been some way that they could have, hell, even if they played all the games at the Meadowlands or anywhere, they should have had some kind of bubble opportunity. I know there's just too much money in football.
They should have brought it to the Chiribunde Bowl.
Cherubun Tart, whatever that was.
Yeah, in Boca
Raton. Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to have fans, I understand the advertising dollars are huge, but I mean, I just feel like the MLB got run over the coals, and I feel like the NFL, just because it's the NFL, really isn't getting. I mean, yeah, we're getting some fantasy fuck ups with our football teams. I mean, I ended up having to bench a guy because he was on the Bills, and they didn't, they were saying, oh well, Tuesday is going to count towards next week, and then I ended up putting another guy in, and then they said, oh well. Anyways, it's not fantasy football is a very small microcosm of inconvenience to all this, but golf, like I said, circle back around, golf has been relatively healthy, all things considered in this. And like I said, a couple people, Dustin Johnson's probably the biggest name, actually is the biggest name to test positive for COVID. So we'll see what that means for these guys. But we still got a lot of players in the field. Usually at this time of the podcast, we would be getting Tony Johnson's course outline. We do not have Tony Johnson on tonight. I think he's sick. So hopefully he gets well and we can hear from him next week. And also our football podcasts are coming back. I think the football podcasts are just going to be on Sunday mornings now. We're negotiating a little something with 12 Ounce Sports. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But I think we're just going to be on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time for that. So we're going to have a quick podcast. Like I said, the CJ Cup here. We'll talk about the futures here. I'm not going to go into clumps here. I just want to know, Token, a couple of guys you have in this futures market that you can see winning this game or this match.
Well, until DJ had tested positive for COVID, I was all on top of DJ. I mean, he has the course record 7 under 65. That was back in, I think it was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. He's played this course many times, very familiar with it, knows its styles, knows its slopes and all that, but unfortunately not being in the field this week. Towards the top, I'm going to start out with Tony Johnson's boy, Schauffele.
Yeah.
I kind of like his style for this course. I don't think he has much history on this, but I mean, compared to like the top, I think it fits more of his style than anybody except maybe Rory, and Rory's kind of been on a sluggish slump lately. So
Rory, since he's had his kid, I think he's played 2 tournaments, including the U.S. Open, and he's finished 8th in both of them. So
yeah,
you think of Rory like you think of Tiger. At one point it was almost like you were wondering if it was Rory versus the field. Yeah. I think he's kind of got a disappointing mantra because of that. There's not a lot of he's not very competitive, even though, T8 sounds great. He never really feels like he's in it. You talked about Schauffele. I actually, just to touch real quickly, I'm looking forward to watching that group that he's in. You got Schauffele, Hovland, and Morikawa. I mean, the young guns, the golf boys 3.0, as you might call them.
If it could only be a foursome and just throw in Matt Wolff in there, that'd be very interesting as well.
Yeah, Matt Wolff's another one who's been playing really good golf.
Rising star. He shot at 61 last week and snuck in the playoffs and just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah. All right. Who else you got?
I'm going to give a tip of the cap to Louis Oosthuizen. I think this field's too strong for him to actually win it, but he'll be in contention on Sunday. Another guy that I actually have bet is my boy, of course, Abraham Answer. wouldn't be a podcast without mentioning him. And then I'm just going to move to my long shot bet, which is going to be Kevin Streelman at 150 to 1.
Yeah, you've been on him a lot as well, too.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent.
I got a couple guys I'm going to sweat. One of them, you just mentioned him at 16 to 1 here on William Hill, is Matthew Wolff. I think he's playing incredible golf. At 21 years old, we're looking at a guy who, if he can remain competitive like he has been, I mean, he's taken leads into the clubhouse at the PGA. He played really well at the U.S. Open. He just can't seem to finish. I'm hoping that that's not the case for him here. 16 to 1, I've got a little action there on Matthew Wolff. I do like the Answer pick. I just don't know if the value is good enough there. This is a strong field. I'm going to throw a little Kisner money at 75 to 1 on Kev. Just because you never know. I don't think this course really plays up to him, but I think that he's got the accuracy to really kind of be there. And my long shot this week is Keegan Bradley at 200 to 1. I think has been playing pretty good golf lately, and I'm gonna take a flyer on him 200 to 1. I'm only gonna throw $5-10 on him. So if he can bink, if he can bink the CJ Cup here on my $10 bet, I'll take you out for a steak dinner.
Oh, sounds good. Never turn down a steak dinner. So
exactly. So, all right. So that is the futures market, and we're going to look into some matchup bets here. I know that Token's the matchup king, so you're just the man for the job here. So let's get some matchups going here and get the fans something to be able to sweat in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to start out with Oosthuizen over Sergio Garcia. Oosthuizen at minus 115. Sergio, this course doesn't really match him that well. The only thing that Sergio probably has going for him is his potential to be very good with green regulation, but his proximity to the hole has been just too worrisome for me, and his scrambling has been kind of a struggle. Another one that I have is going to be Gary Woodland over Ricky Fowler. I think Ricky is overvalued in this spot, and Woodland at the plus 110 is definitely on the right side to be on that one. Abraham Answer over Joaquin Niemann at minus 125. It's a decent amount of juice that you have to lay, but it's not over too much. If I had a realistic line that I was thinking of this matchup, it would be Answer probably minus 140. So I'll take it at minus 125. And then the last one, Scotty Scheffler over Victor Hovland at even money.
Yeah, I was looking at that one too. Scotty Scheffler's been playing well. One that I looked at that it's a big juice, and I know that you guys talk about not really wanting to lay huge juice on this, but Brooks Koepka is coming back. This is his first tournament since August. He has basically a lingering knee issue. He missed the U.S. Open. He's not expected to really contend this week. I think this is just prepping for the Masters. Patrick Cantlay is minus 150 to defeat him in a matchup. I feel like I want to lay the juice there, but it's just a lot of juice for maybe people thinking that he's not going to compete, and then Brooks Koepka goes out and finishes T4,
But the thing you also got to worry about in this situation, because it's his first tournament back in a while, it's also a no-cut event.
Right.
So you got to expect him to play all 4 rounds and still be out of Cantlay.
Withdrawal, yeah. It could be an interesting spot here. I'm not 100% sure. I'll probably end up laying that. I'm just going to hope maybe shop around.
I don't think it's a bad bet, but there's definitely value on it. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take your boy Siwoo getting plus 155 against Sung Jae Im.
No, I don't really like either side of that. Too much juice, and Siwoo, this course doesn't fit his style that much. He's too risky for this course, in my opinion, and too errant with his tee and long irons.
That's fair. Yeah, and my last matchup bet I have here, again, just sticking with the Kisner vibe. I think Kisner might have a decent 4 rounds here. Although Billy Horschel's been playing well, I'm going to take Kisner at minus 115. I feel like I might be jumping into a sucker pool here, but I feel like Kisner should be the dog, and the fact that he's the favorite makes me feel like a little confident that he's going to put together a good weekend here. So
That's kind of contradictory, though.
no, what I mean is that I feel like I might be jumping in for a sucker bet because I don't think Kisner should be the favorite. So the fact that he is the favorite makes me lean that like Vegas really believes that he's going to win and doesn't want to, have him at plus money. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, but it's contradicting yourself.
I'm basically thinking
why you bet it? Yeah.
I think in this matchup, Kisner will win. I also think Kisner should be a dog. Therefore, the fact that Kisner's not a dog, I'm going to play the bad line, in my opinion. Because,
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it made sense right off the bat to me. It just the logic of he should be a dog, but that makes him more appealing to bet to me, it seems.
Yeah, well, Vegas, I mean, how many times does Vegas really get it wrong, So I don't know. I mean,
it seems like they're on the winning side majority more than not. So.
Yeah, I'm going to lay a little with 115 there on Kevin Kisner. I think he's going to put together a decent weekend. Again, this isn't his area of extraordinary golf. He's been more of a Southeastern guy, but he hasn't really put a lot together positively. I think this might be a spot for him to rebound. And, Billy Horschel, again, I think Billy Horschel should have been the favorite. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, I could be jumping right into Sucker Bet City. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So the last thing we're going to talk about here before we wrap it up, obviously, is daily fantasy. We haven't had any in a few weeks. Your NFL hasn't been going well, but your golf has been going pretty decently. So why don't we continue that trend?
Yeah.
Have some positive DFS in the golf world.
I've been doing DSF the last 2 weeks, even during the hiatus. Last week, no good at all. The best pick I had was Answer, which I believe he finished 4th. But I had 3 guys miss the cut, and then the week before I had 2 guys miss the cut and nobody in the top 10. So not that good. But this week I'm feeling a little better, especially with it being a no-cut event.
Yeah, time to turn it around.
Yep. I'm going to start out with the top, as always, $200 budget. I'm going to start out with Shoffley for $41. I mean, we got the winner clearly here. No doubt about this. And Tony Johnson would probably start clapping his hands like crazy, cheering, "We're not worthy, we're not worthy," and all that.
At some point, you guys have to be right that he's going to win an event, right?
You would think, yeah. And I like Shoffley as a guy, so it's not hard to like him.
Fair.
In this spot. Moving on down, we got Tony Fenow at $38 of the 200. I like how he's probably going to get out of the gate strong and be within contention. I don't see him winning this, but I can see him easily having a top 20 and get some bonus points for that. He knows some spots where he can risk it, and he knows when he has to play like a little safer towards the center of the green instead of attacking a pin and ending up in a bad situation.
Okay.
The ball kind of funnel towards the hole if you have to. So, and I see his style matching this course very good. Moving on next, we got Abraham Answer. What really I like him on this course is his proximity to the hole, his ability to hit greens in regulation. If he does miss the greens, his scrambling percentage is very good. I easily see a top 10 out of him, if not a top 5. So,
how much is he going for?
$33 for Abraham Answer this week. Moving on down, we got Cameron Champ for $27. Pretty solid off the tee. He does take a little risk in some situations where he probably shouldn't. That might get him some trouble. No cut event. If he does have a bad start,
Can always have a good Saturday.
Good Saturday, good Sunday, yeah. No cut, so nothing to worry about towards the end. But I could see him backdooring a top 20.
Okay.
Mackenzie Hughes this week. I don't think a lot of people are going to be on him this week. This is kind of my dark horse top 10 pick is Mackenzie Hughes. He's just something about him on this course. It just strikes my mind that he's going to do fairly well and get a top 10. So, and then I know I skipped him, but I'm saving my dark horse top 5 for last. I know a lot of people like him as
how much was Hughes?
27 as well.
Oh, let's see who this dark horse is. Is it Tiger Woods?
No, that'd be a good one though. No, my last
Johnny
dark horse,
Manziel.
It's Marty Fish. No,
Marty Fish. Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, they actually played that Celebrity Open pretty well too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, dark horse this week. I reasonably think he's got a very good chance of getting a top 5. He knows what he has to do to get the ball sloping towards the hole. Mr. Albatross himself, Mr. Smashers himself, Louis Oosthuizen at $30. I mean, his putting's been better. He's been playing pretty hot golf as of late. He has been like wrecking the leaderboards, but he's been kind of towards the top of them and consistently, and his golf game's been improving. So definitely one to look out for.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a pretty decent little lineup you got there. I don't love the Fenow pick, but I'm in bed with all the other ones for sure.
Fair enough.
All right, let's recap those again. Alexander Schauffele is $41. Tony Fenow at $38. Abraham Answer at $33. Louis Oosthuizen at $30, which is the dark horse for token this week. Cam Champ, West Coast guy, at $27, and Mackenzie Hughes bringing up the rear, the basement dweller, as you would say, also at $27. The DFS lineup for Shadow Creek and the CJ Cup. All right, no other tours this week. I think the action is probably limited in your world. If we have any other tour action or even additional tour action for this CJ Cup, we'll post it on Twitter. You can catch us at Vegas Squares and at Token Tony 89. I know he posts some of his later picks there as well. So, okay, let's wrap it up here for the CJ Cup. Again, let's thank the sponsors, 12 Ounce Sports Network, Vice Golf, Fanatics, Zingo TV. Also want to thank InTheHoleGolf.com. Check them out. Please tell them the Vegas Squares sent you and 12 Ounce Sports sent you. Also, Wicked Cuts Jerky. If you're tired of the same old bland bag of jerky, please grab a bag of Wicked Cuts at wickedcuts.co. For 20% off your purchase, please use the promo code SQUARES20. You can get some of that Applewood smoked bacon jerky. They've got teriyaki jerky. They've got traditional jerky. All of it's good. Everything. The Carolina Killer. The barbecue mesquite's really top-notch as well. I think my favorite's got to be the Korean barbecue turkey jerky. I think that's the best.
I haven't tried that one yet, so
get over to wickedcuts.co.
That might be on my next checkout list one.
Squares 20 at checkout. There you go, 20% off. Also, DC4L Custom Tees. If you've ever had an idea for a T-shirt but didn't want to order in bulk, then you can check out DC4LCustomTees.com. No design fees. Put your idea on one of their great apparel options with no bulk requirement and no fees. You can order one. You can order 1,000,000. Again, DC4, the letter 4, or the number 4, excuse me, DC4LCustomTees.com. Tell them the Vegas Squares sent you. Also, Pro-Am Customizations. We talked about them. Check them out on Instagram at Pro-Am Customs. Customized golf clubs are not just for the pros. They are for everyone, ourselves included. The only limit is your imagination. Message them today on Instagram to get started on your order. Tell Kevin and the guys that Vegas Squares sent you. And that's going to wrap it up here for the CJ Cup podcast. Myself and Token Tony. Any parting words to the fans, the bettors, and the degenerates alike?
Just watch some great golf and risk it for the biscuit. Pick what side you want to be on and tail us and fade us. The choice is yours. So,
yeah, hopefully you tail us and we can make a little money this weekend because we've been off the I've been off the rails in football. So,
yeah. Surprisingly, me and Spike are 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's 2020, man. 2020. Yeah. All right. For Token Tony, I am Aaron. Also for Tony Johnson when he gets back. We appreciate you guys listening and watching. Please check us out at lvsquares.com. Good luck this weekend. Good luck on your bets, and we'll catch you on the next one.